Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Ace and Hole podcast. I am Austin Guerin. Joined with me as always is Elijah Jacob Red and Clifford Allen Guerin. How are you feeling today, fellas?
I'm feeling mighty fine since Extreme Rules came and went, and I am the first inaugural beginning, other words to describe the first ever, predictions champion for the Ace and the Hole podcast.
Bite me.
I was waiting for something.
Record today. I'm just hoping I record today at this point, man.
Yeah, that's all we're hoping for, really. We're hoping we don't have another podcast where you're just silent.
Yeah, I hope we actually have all three of us in the, recording.
Hey, maybe that's how we get a sponsor deal. We get a mic.
Speaking of which, I have reached out to a couple companies, so we will have to see. I sent it at like 6 o'clock this morning while I was still awake, so haven't heard back yet.
What were you still doing awake at 6 a.m.?
We literally talked about this it's not that late anymore, but we talked about this like 2 or 3 episodes ago and how just fucked my sleep schedule is. So if you're that far behind,
do we just need to incubate you in a hospital, get you reset?
Honestly, that would probably help. That would probably be
episode from the hospital.
Yeah. Episode edition, hospital edition.
No.
But looking forward to today, pretty normal stuff. Pretty normal. Actually, I think it was kind of shitty Dynamite and Rampage. I got a lot. They did a lot of setting up, and it wasn't really that good, in my opinion. And they gave a title to someone they shouldn't have, but we'll cross that when we get there. And then Raw and SmackDown is still the pro wrestling show throughout the week, I feel like. So, I mean, we'll cover that here in a minute. But if you're still listening, appreciate it. It's all we needed. 60 seconds of your time. Little elevator pitch there. So we appreciate you. We're still seeing a giant boom in our listeners and audience base, so we appreciate it. Hopefully, you guys will actually be able to hear Eli today, so it'll be a little bit more of a coherent and better show. But as always, we appreciate it. And yeah, so moving on to our first show, we got Raw, which started with the Bloodline coming out, and I was actually able to sit down and catch this, at least this part. Came out, Sami Zayn being just gold on the mic as always, saying, I forget, I think it's Jay, that Jay just needs to smile more, quit being a hater pretty much. And then Riddle came out, and that set up the pretty much main event, which was Riddle versus Zayn. And after that, just a bunch of normal Raw matches. Gargano beat Theory, Ray beat Gable, and then Judgment Day came out, beat Ray's ass per normal. Ray was crying on the ring apron. And then Gallows and what's he called? And
Machine Gun Carl Anderson?
Yeah, Carl Anderson.
The never open weight champion.
They are still contracted to NJPW until the end of the year.
Could we be getting a crossover?
That's the assumption that I've been reading everywhere, with how NJPW has been acting towards WWE and its talent, that we very well could be getting a crossover.
I'm not mad.
I think that also has to do with how AEW kind of did New Japan, kind of not too well. Yeah,
They straight up.
That was just a bad situation for everybody involved.
I think the Jay White situation during the press conference was kind of a work, but at the same time, there was some shoot aspects to that. Majority of it.
But moving on, That way, when we get the rest of these out, we can go back and talk about what we want. Candice LeRae beat Bailey with an inside cradle, the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment. The Miz had his birthday celebration, and Loomis came and ruined it, and I'm getting a little tired of these. We need to figure out why he's doing this. He's been doing this for like 3 months now, it feels like. Omos, another squash match. Who gives a shit? Rollins won the U.S. title from Bobby Lashley, and then Brock Lesnar came back just because. F5 Bobby Lashley. Just because he's Brock Lesnar. Big, strong cowboy man. And then Riddle beat Zayn in the aforementioned main event. Then we had the whole DX celebration, pretty much celebration of life type of thing. So, as far as Raw goes, I mean, fairly normal. U.S. title actually changed hands, and then we got a return, which is also kind of normal here from Hunter.
So yeah, I want to go back and talk about that NJPW stuff real fast. Eli, you were right, by the way, in this group chat. He still is the never open weight champion.
Yeah, and the thing that frustrates me, and I told you guys, the thing that frustrates me the most is it finally became something that I was getting invested in again. A lot of the fans were getting invested in again with him being the champion. And so when, you're a champion that everybody's getting invested in, and a pretty decent match coming up down the road kind of goes to another show, it kind of irritates some people and makes you question what's happening a little bit.
Well, I'm not going to throw in my opinion because it'll be a pretty I feel pretty universally disliked opinion. So
What would that be?
I hate NJPW's title system. I think it's fucking stupid how they have how they have like 30,000 titles. It makes no sense to me. Why AEW is starting to toe that line of having too many titles, because then you're just having too many titles that are sitting around not doing anything or just shit like that. So I feel like, I don't know, I hate it. I think it's terrible.
Yeah, I'm a New Japan fan, so I can run down everything right now. They have a world title. They have a U.S. championship, the Never Openweight championship, a TV championship, World Tag, IWGP Tag, IWGP Championship, Never Open 6-man, Strong. I feel like there's one I'm missing, actually.
They have like 2 Strong championships, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, and Strong Tag.
Yeah. So that's 10 right there.
Yeah.
Never forget all the light heavyweight stuff they have too.
And then the tournament, belts per se that they have, like the G1 Climax. And
I love the G1 though. The best matches of the year come out of the G1.
Well, yeah, and that's that's not bad. That's not part of the problem. I'm just saying that adds on to the titles and shit that people have. Because they'll say that throughout the year. They'll be like, "Oh, he's a strong open weight, never champion G1 Climax winner." You don't need all that. Have 4 or 5 if you want that, and then call it good. But I mean, as far as Raw goes, the OC's return was good. Brock coming back makes no sense to me.
I did see though that Dexter Miz is Dexter for a WWE contract versus something else. I don't know what it is. I didn't get to see it all, but there will be a match finally between Dexter and Miz. Let me see if I can find it real fast.
We just need to figure. Yeah, we just need to figure out why the fuck he's doing this. Bro, he doesn't talk. That's part of his gimmick. But we need to know some type of fucking motive here, like why he's tormenting the Miz specifically. Like,
Is it for the
And it's-
It was actually made by Road Dogg. It is if Miz wins, Loomis leaves forever. But if Loomis wins, he gets a proper contract. So
you're telling me he doesn't have a proper contract now?
I'm
Like,
just saying what Road
canonically?
Dogg said. That's just what Road Dogg said, man. So,
It makes no sense though. They've had
hopefully
Loomis.
it does.
They've had Loomis come back and not do fucking anything really.
So he's
Like, yeah, it was fun, it was cool.
He's been tormenting the Miz and his giant balls.
he's been a fan, pretty much assaulting staff workers, professional wrestlers,
Yes,
and everything else. Technically,
getting constant backstage access and
yeah,
getting into mascot costumes, and
assaulting.
that's why I'm
people
saying it
and
makes no sense.
car crashes.
If you're gonna put shit in kayfabe, you need to have that shit tight. Like, yeah, when it first started with him being like carried away by security and all that, that makes sense because he's not supposed to be there. But when he's in the fucking ring and nothing happens, and he appears under the ring and nothing happens, like,
He showed up on NXT, remember, and Indy Hartwell. They had a moment, and then they walked backstage together. That led to nothing either.
well, yeah, that was kind of like the swan song. That was kind of the point of that.
I hate it. Nothing makes
That was
sense.
more fan service than anything.
Fan service would have them come
What I-
back.
What doesn't make sense to me is like, looking at Raw and SmackDown this week just made me realize, like, all the people that haven't been doing fucking anything for the past, like, 4 months. Like, what the fuck have the new baby been doing? Nothing.
Jobbing.
When Big E got hurt, it really sidelined all their momentum. Because for
Well,
some
they were
reason
supposed to
they
have a
can't
reunion.
run with Kofi and Xavier. I don't know why, they just can't.
Well, this leads me to SmackDown results, which I'll run down really fast because not a whole lot happened. Zayn beat Kofi.
Cap.
Huh?
I'm calling Cap. Not a lot happened. Basically saw two heel turns of two major babyface stars.
Who?
Liv and Drew.
Yeah, pretty much.
Liv's not even as much of a heel as she's just
Psycho, that's fair.
gearing up to be one of the White Six, probably.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway,
No,
continue.
didn't you see that it's supposed to be Eva Marie?
Bro, if that's fucking... I've given Eva Marie too many fucking chances, bro. Too many chances. I even gave her a chance when she came back, bro, for like those 2 matches. I forget what year it was. It wasn't that long ago.
I think it was
When was that?
2021.
Hey, can you look that up? I got a weird feeling that was like this year.
I'll look that up. I got you.
Yeah, I got a weird feeling that was like February of this year. But
It was
we'll get
last year, in the summer of last year.
okay. Well, we'll get to the White Six and all that later because that's one of the big points that I want to hit on. But Zayn beat Kofi. Strowman had another squash match, and squash, not squash. I know it's a fucking squash match. I just mispronounced it. And then they had a moment between Strowman and Omos.
Yes.
They had a moment between Strowman and Omos, which that'll probably happen at Crown Jewel, which, whatever. LA Knight beat Mansoor. Thank God. Thank God LA Knight's back.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah!
He's a heel.
Damage Control. I don't give a shit if he's a heel or a face. People are still going to cheer him.
That is true.
I don't think he's as much of a heel. I don't think he's as much of a heel as he's kind of like a Stone Cold type character. Like, not really a heel, not really a face. Just kind of does just kind of that weird middle ground. Does whatever the fuck he wants. Damage Control won. I mean, they beat Raquel, Shotzi, and Perez. Legado del Fantasma beat Hit Row. Mysterio. Why are you waving your finger at me? You want to say something?
No, I was doing this. Universal sign for terrible. No one cares.
Oh.
It was both of those were
So,
useless things. Matches.
I thought you were trying to get my attention. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you can talk. Like, you don't have to. Mysterio won the Fatal 4-Way after being switched to SmackDown because he didn't want to hit his baby boy. Or Eddie Guerrero's baby boy, depending on who you ask.
After, he put on Twitter, like, what was it, 2014? We've all seen the tweet.
Yeah.
Like, for the WWE game that he on the cover. If you haven't seen the tweet, you gotta go look at it.
I just got my edition of WWE 13. I can't wait to play it on the bus and get home and beat my kids. Goated tweet. But he beat Ricochet, Sheamus, and Sikoa to face Gunther. It's not next week, is it? I don't think they've said when. It's just a shot at the IC title. So they very well could build that to Crown Jewel as well. And then Wyatt came out, gave one hell of a promo, which I want to save that for later because I have an entire thing dedicated to just promos of this week because on every single show there was besides NXT, but we don't talk about NXT. There was a
chat upset if we don't bring it up.
There was a really, really good promo on almost every single episode of any type of pro wrestling you watch this week.
But man, I know it's way ahead and shit, but that Hangman promo got me really good.
Yeah, I have that down. Like I said, we can get to that later. But as far as SmackDown goes, anything you guys want to talk about, I feel like it was a pretty boring SmackDown. Literally, the only thing that kept the SmackDown going was, Bray Wyatt's going to be here. Oh, don't go anywhere for Bray Wyatt. Oh, he's coming. He's next. And then he
kept putting up next repeatedly, and it was never next.
And then you got like a whole 3 minutes, and then they cut him off.
No, he cut himself off.
Technically speaking, yes.
Well, no, I definitely think there was supposed to be more there. And they ran out of time, so they had to
cut the lights.
I'm sure the conversation I guarantee the conversation backstage was, "Oh fuck, we're behind on time. Bray, just go out there and talk, and we'll cut you off whenever."
Probably.
And so he did.
I will say though, I really hope they sell out with this whole Drew heel turn. Because babyfaces don't slam people's heads in car doors, or at least try to.
But does that make Karrion a face?
No, that doesn't make Karrion a face. That just makes Drew a bigger heel. Because there was like this car crash backstage, and
that's how they started SmackDown.
Yeah, they started SmackDown with a really there was like a Ram truck and some other like smaller car. I got into like a wreck. And, Cross and Scarlett are getting looked at by the EMTs. Drew comes flying around the corner and just decides, hey, I'm going to fuck this guy up. Beats him off of the truck. Goes to slam his head in the door.
Beats him off?
Off the truck, yeah.
What did I miss?
And can we talk about the fact this is the one time in WWE history that the people actually are able to hold the wrestler back before he slams the door shut on Karrion Kross? The one time security actually does their job.
The indie wrestling security?
Yeah. No, not Adam Silver.
Adam Pearce.
The bald dude. Yeah, Adam Pearce was there. He was able to hold him back.
He's got that
wrestling. He's got that wrestling background in him.
NWA, baby.
But yeah, no. I really hope they sell out with this and just let Drew just run, because every once in a while on the indies that he would do some heel work and it was really good. So I hope they let him run wild with this.
I know this is an odd want for Drew. I want Drew Galloway from Defiant Wrestling. Or WCPW. To people that don't know what that is, What Culture Pro Wrestling was...
if you don't know what WCPW is, you need to go watch the shows. Yeah, they were so good, especially at the end. But
Drew?
right after the Cultaholic guys left, it tanked
Yeah.
real bad.
Drew,
Well, if we're plugging YouTube pro wrestling shows, you need to go watch Deadlock. You need to go watch New Legacy Inc. That shit goes hard.
yeah, but Drew in WCPW and Defiant Wrestling was an absolute monster. He jobbed when he needed to. Don't get me wrong, but he kind of pushed the boundaries a little bit with what he was doing every single show. So I think him being there would probably be, him being that Drew in WWE right now would probably be a really accepted thing.
I agree with that. And, on to other parts of SmackDown, we got Rey Mysterio actually saying that he quit on SmackDown, so that's interesting. To, be able to see that, on camera and show your audience that's just really, interesting that, they're showing that this is actually getting to him that much.
And we saw it, I mentioned it earlier on Raw, where he was actually crying on the apron. So with that, it is pretty cool well, not cool, but it's good story building, per se. Like, you're seeing how it's actually affecting him, and so much so that he had to run away and not fight his own son.
So, do we think this builds to, mask versus career, or a mask match or something like that at WrestleMania?
I don't think they'll do that with Dom. I don't know. That just doesn't seem feasible to me.
Dominic said that he would eventually have his dad's mask when wrestling.
God, I hope not.
Mask. Now, it's been a while since that was said, so, nothing's happened yet, so, can't really do much.
I don't know. I still can't get behind Dominic. I don't think he's that good, but...
Well, they put
in
that
Austin's
on Raw.
head right now, it's literally just "It Should Have Been Me" by Dolph Ziggler every time he looks at Dom.
No, if you
It should have been me.
If you watch back the Raw,
it should have been me.
The Raw conversation with when Finn has the mic and he's talking about the I Quit.
Rhea could give it to me, Raw.
You brought it up this time. You said it, not me.
You're damn right I did. You're damn right I did.
Finn is trying to joke around with everybody about making Edge say I quit. And Dom gives the most bland response back. And then you go over to Damian Priest, who makes a joke with him, and they laugh. And Dom's just kind of standing there trying to act cool. He's like the really nerdy kid that thinks that he's cool, but he's not.
Dom needs to go serve his fucking time in NXT. Honestly.
I honestly think he would do so great if they sent him to Mexico for a couple of years.
He would learn to actually be a luchador, not whatever the fuck he is now.
A sports entertainer.
Speaking of sports entertainers, anything else you want to talk about on SmackDown before we move on to Dynamite? No. The little brother that could, Tony Khan. AEW that won't stand and take this fucking shit.
He tries and tries and tries.
With his fucking big-ass bug eyes.
First F-bomb Austin has dropped today. It's always Dynamite.
No, I definitely dropped an F-bomb earlier, I think. Who cares? No, it was funny. We were... Esports has had a little trouble this week, and Thursday we were post...
No, I saw that on the on the Esports Twitter. I saw that the big red button was pressed.
Yeah, Thursday we were having issues, and everyone was just fed up and sick of it, because we still don't know what the issue technically was, but we were just losing audio on stream, literally randomly. Just, we'll be fine for like 20 minutes, audio would drop. Be gone for 5 minutes, be back. Be back for 2 minutes, gone for 20. So it was super annoying, and we were in the post meeting because I was in the back, and we were just talking about like trying to troubleshoot what it could be. And I don't think I've ever cussed so much in my life. Not because I was mad, just because it's like so fixated in my vocabulary. And one of the dudes I casted with him last night and Wednesday, and he's like, "Well, since I cast with you, like I never hear you curse, like I never hear you say like any bad words. So this is like mind blowing to me." I was like, "Motherfucker, then you haven't met me yet." Like,
Oh
Very true statement
shit!
right there.
but nothing to get the point across better than a few 4-letter words. But moving on to Dynamite, Renee Paquette, is that how you say your last name? She came out. She's all elite. Whoopty fucking shit. Luchasaurus beat Jungle Boy. They need to do something with either of them that doesn't involve Christian Cage at this point. Yeah, pretty much. Warjo beat the Factory. Okay. Swerve beat Daddy Ass. Okay.
He cheated to beat Daddy Ass.
He had to. And here I have
He's a Barry
Paige. Huh?
That's who holds the record, right? Home run record?
Yeah, the fake home run record.
Ah, so he's a cheater. So Swerve is him. He is Swerve.
There's so many other analogies you could have used there, and
I'm tired. Just let me have one thing. Just let me have one thing today, man. The Phillies will probably lose anyways, so I gotta have something.
no, I got a good feeling about the Phillies. I think they'll knock out the Braves. But here I have Paige greater than signed Mox because I feel like Paige could have a way better promo, but we can talk about that later. Jericho beat Bryan Danielson. Okay. Sheeta and Storm won. Okay. And here's the fucking thing that pisses me off. Orange Cassidy is now the All-Atlantic champion.
You're damn right he is.
Shut
A
up.
Danhausen curse finally worked.
Literally, like, episode 2 or 3, I said you can't, or maybe it was one of the older episodes, because it was when the best friends were facing the Death Triangle for the Trios titles.
It was the second episode because it was after the All Out Fallout. It was either the first or the second episode.
And I remember uttering almost the exact words, "No one in that trio should have any title simply because they like they just won't be able to like do good with it or something like that." And it still rings true. What the fuck are they doing? Why'd they put the title on Orange Cassidy? That makes no sense.
I'm gonna remember you saying all this, just that way when Orange Cassidy has one of the best title runs of the year, I'll come back.
Okay, whatever.
What?
Hopefully he fucking jobs it out to Danhausen or some shit.
What do you?
I would love if he jobbed it to Danhausen, but I don't think it would be Danhausen. Probably be
Because
Ethan Page. Him and Ethan Page could have a hell of a run together.
And like I said back in the previous comment, they're all hella talented. They're all great wrestlers. Orange Cassidy has a gimmick that's over as fuck, and we've never seen before anything like it. So he has all the stuff to be probably a good champion. He shouldn't have a title, though. Like, that gimmick is not one that should have a title. That's a joke gimmick. Like, I'm glad
The B team won the tag titles, so if I can believe in the B team, then anybody can have a title.
We'll believe here later, but
that's called foreshadowing.
That's just called keeping the audience hooked. That way they don't fucking tune off.
You sounded like an educational video there. And that, kids, is what we call foreshadowing. Stay tuned for later.
But he shouldn't have the title. Pac should still have that title.
It shouldn't exist.
Yeah, well, the title shouldn't be there in the first place, but
I am enjoying, though, getting off of, the obvious 2 versus 1 conversation that would happen there. I am enjoying the run with Chris Jericho with the ROH title, of him just absolutely destroying everything ROH stood for. Trust me, I'm not the English major. I'm dating the English major.
You went from education level down.
That corn education level really got me going.
Nice save there.
But yeah. But yeah, no, I really enjoy the story he's telling, going through and beating all the old champions and stuff, and just absolutely, destroying the honor in Ring of Honor. I'm enjoying the story. I can't wait to see how it's paid off, though.
Daniel Garcia shouldn't have gone back. That's the only thing I'm mad about.
they built it up as
he could have
like how he should.
Yeah, he could have broke out.
Weird booking there.
He could have broke out.
I mean, anything else on Dynamite you guys want to talk about?
No, I have something to talk about.
Daddy Ass got cheated.
We already talked about Daddy Ass getting cheated.
No, I'm saying it again.
Oh, hey, no. Sesame is now copyrighted in professional.
Oh, you can't say that, Eli. Now you gotta owe Mark Sterling money.
Yeah, because Smart Mark watches this.
Speaking of copyrights, WWE copyrighted 2 new terms.
What?
Or filed for trademark. It was Uncle Harper and Uncle. There was another H. I'll look it up, but it was Uncle Harper was one of them for obvious reasons.
Oh man, my heart.
Well, did you see that everybody was at Extreme Rules? Everybody was saying the way Bray came in with the light.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which, if it was, that was a neat.
Uncle Howdy, Uncle Howdy, and Uncle Harper.
Okay.
Uncle Howdy. Okay. I'm trying to imagine how that character would look like.
But I mean, anything else on Dynamite? I'm just trying to keep. I'm trying to keep this show moving along. That way, we can try to.
Are we going to talk about the promos later?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'm good.
Actually, shoot for under an hour this time. But Rampage also kind of boring. Blackpool Combat Club beat I wrote down BB here, and I can't fucking remember who it is. Because I did this this morning at like 6 in the morning. Yes, Butcher. For some reason, I saw BB, and all I could think of was Brawling Brutes.
I saw the look on your face as you were saying it.
Nyla Rose beat Anna Jay. And I would also just like to say Anna Jay being a part of the JAS and adding AS to the end of her name is actually kind of funny. Because it's Anna JAS is her name now, which is kind of fucking hilarious. Ethan Page beat Isaiah Cassidy. And FTR and Sean Spears beat Cage and Goobers.
I would also like to point out that the Kingdom is back.
I literally had that written down.
I would like to.
It's very good to see. Yeah.
Go.
This is very good to see Mike Bennett and Maria back on TV.
I have my weird little Rampage thing. You guys ready for it?
Oh God, not again, Eli. Let me guess. There was a hair versus career match scheduled for next week.
You guys will like this one a little bit more. It was confirmation that Andrade El Idolo is out of AEW pretty much. Because it is no longer whatever the hell the name of it was. Jose works for LFI, Los Faction Inaugurables, whatever the hell. It is no longer.
Ingobernables.
Yeah, it is no longer Andrade's. They're still going for Preston Vance, but it's no longer Andrade's.
Really, really weird question really fast. So that assistant dude, is that the guy from Lucha Underground? Like, is that the boss from Lucha Underground?
The boss from Lucha Underground is in MLW.
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't know why, but every time I look at him, that's what I think of.
Literally, if they aren't in WWE or AEW, they're either in Impact or MLW. Like, if they didn't move on to better things, they just washed out into smaller companies from Lucha Underground.
Here's
And
a weekly Lucha Underground plug.
A lot of them are in MLW, though. Like, the big dude, I forget his name.
Oh, the Cortez? Like
Monster? No. Other dude. King Cuerno. No.
Cuerno.
No. Was that who it is?
I have no idea what you're trying to find out, buddy.
No, yeah, it wasn't King Cuerno. Ah, fuck. He was like the first big muscle dude in Lucha Underground before Brian Cage got there.
Let me look. Are we talking about the monster? The dude's like brother?
Hold on.
Hey.
Mil Mortis. That's who it is.
Oh, yeah.
No, wait, he's
He's in MLW, yeah.
Is he still the Mil Muertes character?
I think he still has a mask and everything. He's just not exactly Mil Muertes. I think he's King Muertes now.
Oh, for all of you who are curious, if you wish to watch every episode of Lucha Underground, it's on Apple TV and Amazon Prime.
Jose.
Is it really?
Was on WWE twice. He lost to Brodus Clay. And again, in 2012, he lost to Ryback.
Oh, that's a name I would wish I'd never heard again.
Jose. Ryback? You don't like
Yeah.
Ryback? Big man Ryback?
No.
Voided Ryback?
All right,
Big bitch Ryback?
back to Rampage.
I would like to point out that it was very nice to see Mark Henry on screen again. He introduced the main event. I thought it was just really nice to see him. Good to see that he's doing well, and his gray beard is looking very nice, actually.
Anyways,
I know it
back to Rampage.
adds nothing, but it was really nice to see on Rampage.
Anything else? I mean, the only thing, literally the only thing for Rampage I can think of is a promo, which we're about to get to. So,
we had the in-ring return of Shawn Spears.
that was going to be part of the next.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Because he came back on Dynamite, did he? And then they set that up for Rampage.
Yeah. And it was him and FTR, which give me more FTR on my screen, please.
Also, Warjo came down and got the save on FTR and Shawn Spears because the Kingdom came out. So
yeah,
Is that the new Pinnacle? Like MJF's out, Samoa Joe's in.
maybe.
I'll very say I don't. They called it the Pinnacle.
Yeah, they keep
On,
referring to themselves as the Pinnacle.
Because it was the Pinnacle versus Brian Cage and I forget their names. I literally wrote down Goobers. If you can see that, I literally wrote down Goobers.
No,
right above that line right there.
That's great.
I wrote down Goobers.
That's
Oh.
great.
Wrong line.
Yeah, your finger
That
was
one.
off.
I literally wrote down Cage and Goobers.
That's
Go.
great.
Continue.
So how do we feel about this Nyla Rose stuff?
She has the
Shit out
ability
Jade
to.
End her. End
Yeah.
her wrestling career.
So what's-
Drop her on the neck.
So she stole the belt.
Yeah, I was about to say, is that what's going on? She
Yeah.
just stole the belt and
Yeah.
she's claiming to be champion.
Yes,
Okay.
she stole the belt from Jade and is just claiming to be, now the TBS champion.
Everything I heard and saw, people are liking Nyla Rose being the baby face.
Yes, because it's not Jade.
It's hard to call her a babyface when it's her and Vicky, but at the same time, I get it.
And people are saying that there's a lot of potential there for a good babyface run, and if she keeps up like the antics and stuff, which I could see too. Anything else on?
Yeah, actually, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh no, you're all good.
Private Party and Matt Hardy now belong to the Firm as a result of the Ethan Page match.
Why?
So,
why are they still together? Oh my god, that's terrible.
Those three are now working for the Firm now, so we'll get to see that.
Matt Hardy should have went home with his brother, bro.
This is gonna be my hot take of the week. I miss I miss the movie matches,
the cinema matches, the cinematic matches.
I
have a good feeling that with Bray Wyatt coming back, we're definitely gonna see Bray Wyatt in a couple of those.
I hope so, because I understand they're like, little one-off things that, take probably way too much and, a lot of build and all this other shit. But, like, they're so good. Like, Styles Taker in a cinema match, all the Matt Hardy cinema stuff, the Bray cinema, oh my god. It was all great. So, I miss those. We need to get more of those back if it's possible.
And this is a perfect segue for me. With Bray coming back, I've been going back and watching a lot of his Swamp Boy promos. They're really fucking good. Like, he got criticized a lot back at the time of just like rambling on about a bunch of nonsense. But I feel like all the ones that I've seen, like, they're really fucking good. Like, he's spitting.
Yeah, he's always been that way.
And, well, I was still growing up at the time, so I didn't really know what the fuck was being said or didn't really give a shit. But
you just cared about John Cena.
Pretty much all I cared about, yeah. I did that on stream like 3 times. The John Cena. Me. And my partner picked up on it because it was week 5 of ESC play, which is a conference we're in for Rocket League. And I did that, and he gave me a weird look, and I was like, what, you not know John Cena? He goes, no, I just couldn't see you. I was like, that's good. That's good.
You disappeared for all of 30 seconds.
But I've also found that I can do kind of a Bray Wyatt impression. I'm not going to try, though, because I don't want to look like a fucking idiot on our podcast.
No,
but
on stream.
That's a perfect segue to the whole promo section I have here. I have 4 promos highlighted. The first being MJF's. Him just pretty much saying he's the bad guy because he has to be the bad guy, I think is a really good fucking direction to take that character. It shows that he doesn't want to be the bad guy, but he has to be in order to get where he wants to go and what the fuck he wants to get. I literally have the clip saved on my phone where he goes, oh, so you don't like me? Tough shit! When I walk through that curtain, I have to be the bad guy, and I don't like me either, because that's what it takes. And then next promo is obviously Bray's. That shit had me emotional.
Oh my God.
That shit had me tearing up.
Bray's was from the heart. That was the man, not the character. That was so damn good.
And even if that was the character, that motherfucker deserves an Emmy or an Oscar or some shit. I don't even know what he'd get for that.
Tony.
Yeah. But it was really fucking good. Made me emotional. Made me tear up. Really good promo. Sean Spears also, not really as much of a promo, just kind of addressing the crowd afterwards, after his match, explaining why he'd been gone and all of that. That was also really emotional. That got me. And
honestly, I missed that. Could you fill me in real fast?
Pretty much he was just saying it was good to be home, and he was gone because he lost his mom 2 months ago, as well as
his wife's pregnant.
His wife being pregnant. But the main thing was his mom passing away, which is why he'd been gone for an extended period of time. And he got emotional talking about it, and you could see everyone in the crowd was getting emotional. And he also turned to Dax and said, Dax, if I'm half the father to my son as you are to Finley, then I'll be all right. And you can see it kind of got Dax in the heart. It was really good. Like I said, I wouldn't necessarily call it a promo, but it was good. It was emotional. And then Hangman Adam Page's promo, which is why I said I had Page over Mox, which also in the title picture that makes sense for Page to beat Mox to get the title back. But
oh my god, didn't we get fucking Page MJF? Oh
Well,
my god, imagine those
we could
promos.
still get MJF cashing in after. It just has to be confirmed by TJ. TJ? Ooh. Tony Khan.
TJ.
Who?
4
TK.
really good promos this week. All really heartfelt, too. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Hangman's, I'm not the boy anymore,
Yeah, I'm angry, I'm tired, I'm sick, I'm anxious, I'm depressed. The medicine's not working, and I'm still here because I'm a man. I think a lot of people really connected with that.
Gone. All
my friends left me.
Are gone. Yeah. That's the first time AEW has mentioned the Elite on air since. So,
I literally just have what a week for promos, and then I have the 4 promos right next to it.
Because a really good week for mic work.
Yeah, all of them were just fucking spot on. And then last thing here is the
most important. This is why everyone listens to us, because we have the breaking scoops for the Wyatt 6.
The Wyatt 6. So leading rumors right now are as follows. Gacy is Huskus. Lawler should be Mercy, which is a far stretch because of the character he's being portraying in NXT, but that's the leading rumors. Those two will get called up. It's still up in the air if Liv or Alexa will be Sister Abigail. It's not going to be Eva Marie. I think it's probably going to be Liv, by the way it's trending with what they're doing on TV with their persona and work. And then as far as Rambling Rabbit and The Fiend, WWE is banking on 2 returns for this. They're banking on Bo Dallas and Eric Rowan to come back. But if neither of them come back, I think Bo Dallas is confirmed to sign with WWE. I'm not quite sure.
So, yeah.
That's what the reports are saying, that he's for sure back. But they're also saying if they can't get both of them, they're just going to call up the 2 people from NXT with Gacy. And the Dyad, whatever it is.
Something like that.
Yeah, his little faction down there that'll call them up with Gacy if they can't get both of them back. As well as Malachi Black was also rumored to be a part of the Wyatt 6 if they were able to get him. Which
Could
I
you
don't
imagine that, though. Imagine Malachi Black as a Wyatt 6 member.
That'd be terrifying. He's Uncle Howdy. He's Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howdy is,
yeah,
oh my god.
No one knows anything about Uncle Howdy. Also, there is heavy rumor that there's going to be a dude from Impact named Vincent that's signed with WWE, and he's going to be a part of the Wyatt 6.
I forgot about that.
Because he's also been posting some pretty cryptic stuff on Instagram, and if I do believe the character that he's been portraying in Impact kind of lines up with the Wyatt 6, and that could, that's also a heavy rumor.
He has a tag partner that's supposedly with him right now. They were in ROH for a long time. That was their home brand, pretty much. Home show. They are a very good team. Through and through. Great wrestlers, great on the mic, great promo skills. If they join up with Bray Wyatt, I have no problem at all. them.
Well, the
there on
thing
screen.
with that is I don't know anything about the tag partner. All I know is that Vincent himself has
They
been.
were supposedly backstage together on Raw. The partner was with him.
Really?
Supposedly. Now
So
that one didn't carry
that's
through to a lot of different. Some said it that he was there. Some said he wasn't. There was never a full-on thing. The one name there the whole time was Vincent.
so. I mean, that gives a lot of fuel to the proverbial fire. But I mean, as far as the Light Six goes, they don't even know if Wyatt's going to have a fucking faction yet. WWE is still, they don't know. Like, they have no clue if that's the route they want to take or not. So it may be a while before this even comes to fruition. But those are the leading members per se of each of the roles of the Firefly Funhouse characters.
With the Malachi, I think it all revolves around his contract.
I don't think they'll be able to get Malachi in time unless they specifically push back.
It could be on
No, Andrade's not going to be part of the Y6, bro.
No, Andrade's going to come back and do his best Alberto Del Rio impersonation.
He probably needs to at this point.
Avoiding hitting his wife, though, right? And cheating.
Yeah, you typically don't
No
want
one
to do
needs
that
to
when
do
you're in
that.
a relationship.
No one needs to do that. No one needs to do that part of Alberto Del Rio.
I don't know. I'll be very happy to see Bo Dallas back on my screen if it is him.
I know that's the like that is the hope. Like that's what WWE is banking on right now is that
He's
both of
Getting
them
him
will come
back
back.
in ring shape and stuff.
Well, just both of them being back in general.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a fiend, so.
But the thing with that is if the people at Extreme Rules were the people playing the characters, Bo Dallas's hair wouldn't line up with the hair that was on the Fiend. But you know whose hair would? Vincent's. So that's why.
So if they had
Because you can see.
What was up with the burnt Fiend mask? I've looked everywhere and no one said anything about it.
That was
like.
I feel like it was kind of a prelude to the Fiend is him being the Fiend is dead. I think is kind of what that was kind of towards was the Fiend is no longer him. He's no longer the Fiend. The Fiend is dead. They killed it. He's gone. He is no longer the Fiend.
No. All right. Well,
I just
question.
I just like the half-assed Michael Cole when they cut to. He was like, "What the hell?" Like it was. Yeah. It wasn't good, but it was funny.
So, I've seen some speculation about what the hell is actually going on with Bray Wyatt getting cut off by Bray Wyatt. Do we think this is like a Green Goblin style kind of character?
I mean, it was with the Fiend and Bray Wyatt. So my guess is that they're probably doing the same thing again, just different aspect. Also, for those of you who aren't like aware or don't know, the dude who made the movie Black Phone or The Black Phone, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the dude that made that mask made Bray Wyatt's mask. So that's why there's a lot of similarities between the two masks. And Bray Wyatt's... Yeah.
Everything.
And
that's why the pig looks like it's from a horror film, because it is. The rabbit one, obviously, is just a custom. Some of the masks were made from horror movie sets.
And this just continues. Sorry, I was looking something. I was only saying a lot, but this just continues Bray Wyatt's trend of working with the best mask makers of all time. Because for any horror movie fans out there, Tom Savini helped create the Fiend mask, which Tom
Okay.
Savini's worked on pretty much every major fucking movie out there. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead, Friday the 13th, just pretty much everything you can think of he's been a part of. I'm pretty sure he was a part of a couple of Halloween movies, even Django Unchained. So, I mean, this... I also remember they had a director. I don't know if it was the dude who made the masks or an outside director there to make sure they got Bray's return right. To make sure they got it done correctly. Which I think is a big step. Yeah. They had a director there to make sure that everything went as it should.
Stephen King. It was Stephen King, probably.
Motherfucker was probably too busy wrapping up his 20th book this year. But I mean, we're shooting for just under an hour here.
Yeah.
So
Sorry about that. I'm back. My computer was doing a thing.
You're good.
I think we might as well just wrap it up here. I mean, we could talk about MLB playoffs, but
Could talk about the joke that was Thursday Night Football again.
yeah, once again, didn't think it could get any worse than the Broncos
They
Colts,
were
but
begging people to
boy
come back.
howdy did it.
You should not have to beg people to
What
come back.
what even is the Thursday night game next week?
Saints, Cardinals.
No,
So it
that
should
one
be a
shouldn't be
good game.
terrible.
Should be
Yeah.
a good game. Watch it. Game ends. Scores. Overtime. No one scores.
It'll be a
That
3-0.
happens. Thursday Night Football
4-0.
is cursed. Yeah, it's
Thursday night football on Prime is cursed.
yeah. They paid billions of dollars for 15 games a year. 15 games. A
Yeah, for
season.
that.
It ain't going too hot for them right now. I mean, it's
I would like to add something pro wrestling related, just real fast. So I've got our today in pro wrestling history. So just go with me. Doesn't look like there was any notable births or deaths that happen on this day. However, we do have some very nice debuts of Matt and Jeff Hardy, both in solos competition. So,
was that his?
and I also would
wanna
like
say
to
Scott Hall, but-
point out that 20 years ago today was the day where we got the Kane-a-Rooney. The video of Kane doing the spin-a-rooney.
This day in 2002.
I put it in the it's in the group chat. But yeah, 20 years ago, Kane did a spin-a-rooney on Raw, and the world hasn't been the same since.
Is
So,
that
yeah,
is that literally like all that happened on this day? Like,
It's a slow day for wrestling history.
It was a slow.
Yeah.
Best thing to come out
that's
of it.
all
for
we
Cliff was
had.
winning.
Yeah, it was on this day in pro wrestling history. There was not a lot that happened, except for the best Kane clip ever of him attempting to do the spin-a-rooney.
I mean, I think that's all we got. We'll go ahead and
Yeah, I believe it.
wrap her up. We're at like 58 minutes here, so
Everybody knows what we're gonna.
we always
say.
take forever. Yeah,
we always take forever to say goodbye in a
Didn't
very
hear it last
Midwestern
week.
way.
So I have to say it again this week. Sorry, but Stan Hansen's the best pro wrestler of all time. Couldn't hear me say it last week, so you know.
Highly
Maybe
disagree.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why people started watching the last one. They didn't have to hear that. Guess what?
They didn't have to hear it at all. That's why. That's why they watched it.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll take that. That's fair. Nah, honestly, I had a conversation with somebody this week, and I've had it going through my head. And you finished it out by saying that you wanted to be nice to people and everything else. I was talking with somebody. I've always been a small guy and everything, so I'm going to quickly just do this real quick, if I'm allowed to. I am small. I do workouts and stuff. I eat whatever. The thing is, you can eat whatever you want to eat sometimes, as long as, yes, you have metabolism, stuff like that impacts it and everything. Also, trying to take care of yourself, doing walks, jogging, running, biking, just some type of workout. It's not all just, I eat food and everything just kind of gains on, and I can't do anything about it. You can do something about it sometimes. Sometimes people can't. And that's, if you have a health issue or something you're not able to, that's understandable. But if you're able to do something about it and you just don't, that's not on anybody but you at that time. So, just had this week's been not a good week. I've been looking forward to this cast way too much this week.
Yeah, it's been a wild week for everybody, especially in the world of sports bars and all that fun stuff. So
it's been hotlines.
I know my week's been fucking full of it. So
yeah. Sorry to
so
take
maybe it was
on
a universal
down,
thing.
Yeah. Sorry to take it on a downward towards the end, but man, it's been a week. So honestly, if you need help with something, contact somebody. Please do. There's people out there.
Contact Eli. Eli, drop your phone number right now.
No. I don't got time.
Hey, I got it for you guys. It's
First number is 7.
All right, his number is 765-389. You guys can try and fill in the final 4.
Oh yeah, thanks. You censor that or you jackass? Thought you were gonna give my old phone number out.
Shit.
That would have been nice. No, we give sack of shit.
I give you current one.
No,
but Cliff, you can go and get your final word in before I start trying to wrap it up.
No, I'll say it's getting to the fall, so take care of yourself and go out and enjoy the weather, the trees, everything. I'm looking at is saying it's going to be a hard winter, so everybody just stay on top of that, take care of yourself, be ready for it. But the winter of 2024 is going to be even wilder, so
I'm very saying everything I've been hearing. Well, the year of 2024 is going to be even wilder and colder.
crazy year in 2024. Let's go.
Austin, take us home.
But in all seriousness, we're human. Sometimes I've learned this week, we're human. Shit happens. You can't control everything, no matter how bad you want to. And really, just shit happens. That's like the golden rule in life. Shit happens. Sometimes it takes a slap in the face for you to realize what's wrong or what's been going on. And that's kind of what this week was. It was a proverbial slap in the face for me. I had a lot going on personally and I guess work and job and school related. So just take care of yourselves. There's 2 quotes I like to say, and both of them are really important to me. The Rock, I think he said in an interview not too long ago for the Black Adam movie, I think it was with Chris Van Vliet. He said he heard a quote, and the quote is, "It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice." So that's the first quote. And then the second quote I heard in the Manti Te'o Untold, don't be a man of success, be a man of worth. And I do my best to try and live each of those every single day. As being nice is not, being nice costs nothing. So why choose anything else? But that's enough rambling for me. Just take care of yourselves. Be kind to one another. Be nice. Love each other. You got something else to say? You unmuted.
No, my thing messed up real quick. I was making sure I was still in the.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to end it, and you
No.
have something else to say. But all right, enough ramblings from us. I have been Austin Guerin, have been for 20 years. With me today has been Elijah Jacob Red,
21
Clifford Allen
years.
Guerin, and I always forget you're older than me. I should know by that hair. But
Oh, you.
but just remember, we've always got you covered because we're your ace in the hole. We'll catch you on down the road.